What's up, everybody? Today I've decided to record the new Sid Meier Civilization Beyond Earth. I am a huge fan of Sid Meier's Civilization 5, which was my first entry into the series. So much so that I've put roughly 225 hours into Civ 5. So, downloaded this yesterday, played it for a couple of minutes, thought I'd record my first playthrough. I didn't save anything last night, so create save file and see what Beyond Earth has to show to us. I'm sure there'll be a ton of videos regarding this, but as a fan of the series, I couldn't resist. So, first screen does take a while to load up. I don't know why. It just seems to. I did skip the intro movie, like when you find on YouTube and things like that, and I figured most people didn't want to sit through it, because it is awesome. It's extremely cool. My PC is a couple of years old now, I'm actually playing on a laptop, but it still looks really, really cool. So, I'll turn down the music to the settings. Loud music and this of course I like listening to my voice, in which case the music is very good. So, this is the spiritual successor to because I have played it. It's nothing to maybe $6 or $7. So turn down some music. I'm going to leave the speech and the sound effects up because it's sometimes fun to hear all that stuff. And I'm also going to play with the advisor level. Now, granted, I've played Civ 5 countless hours, so I usually don't need the advisor level at all. But some of this, the tech tree is much different in this game. It's actually a tech web, and it's not really a tech tree. And quite honestly, if you've played Civ 5, there's not a whole lot to it. Essentially, if you're playing for the space victory, which is the technology victory, you have to get everything anyway, and so, but that's not the case in this game. We've already traveled to space, and so therefore the technology victory is slightly different, I believe. So, but we are going to leave that on, and there is a robot that will essentially talk to us, and I will listen to it, because I only kind of skipped through some of the stuff last night just to check it out. So, I'm actually going to set up a game. I went random last time, just because I just wanted to see what was going on. So, I'm going to go normal. I've put a ton of hours into Civ 5, but I'll be honest, I think the best that I ever did was probably hard, which I think is king in Civ 5. I enjoy this as enjoy the game just for itself. I don't need to, go crazy with trying to get the deity levels or things like that. We're going to go with a small, which is just 6 players. And game pace is standard. Typically when I get into the game, I like to go quick because it takes less time to get the technology, which to me sometimes I feel it takes a long time to get technology. But when I'm first playing out, we'll start with standard. So I'm going to accept that. And now we have our sponsors. The sponsors are what are essentially the countries. And they each, of course, give you different stats and things of that sort. But these are the countries that survived after. I always joke after I say that after Gandhi nuked the planet in Civ 5, these are the places that survived. Now, of course, that's just a joke, but so we have the ARC, which covert operations 25% faster and cause 25% more intrigue. You got the Pan-Asian Cooperative, 10% production towards wonders and 25% worker speed, which I might usually go towards that because I'm usually one who enjoys getting the wonders and technologies versus, say, a war state and things of that sort. Franco-Liberia, gain a free technology for every 10 virtues developed. That could be interesting too. Slavic Federation, orbital units stay in orbit 20% longer. Orbital units, I believe, are like defenses for your states or for your cities. But I'm not 100% sure on that. And you got the rest here. Australia, +2 trade routes available for the capital. The Cavathian Protectorate. Cities and outposts acquire new tiles twice as fast. Brasilia, units have 10% strength in melee combat, so if you're going for a war victory, this is probably a really good way to go. You can attack the alien life forms that are on the planet, which is essentially the same as barbarians in Civ 5, except the difference is in Civ 5, barbarians will attack you nonetheless. It doesn't matter if you attack them or not, they'll attack you. In this game, what I've played and what I've read, aliens will leave you alone for the most part if you leave them alone. Now, there are some that will attack you anyway, or if you get too big or something of that sort. So we'll see how that goes out into the game. Then the African Union, +10% food growth in growing cities when your city is healthy. So I like this one. I think I'm going to go with the Pan-Asian Cooperative. Let's see what's next. Choose colonists. Now, so all of this was random when I first played. So, do we want scientists, refugees, aristocrats, engineers, or artists? So, I'm going to go with engineers, +2 production in every city. Because science will get production. I don't know, it might be a bit tricky, so we'll see. That's the nice thing about these games. You can play them over again and change them up however you want. And spacecraft. So, Continental Surveyor, retrograde thrusters, tectonic scanner, fusion reactor, and lifeform sensor. Now, the alien nests I don't really care about right now because I'm going to leave them alone in this game. That could be good. I like that, but it's only good for the first turn. Whereas this is good for the rest of the game, because you don't need to see technology for petroleum, geothermal, and titanium resources. The coasts, I can't see that being worth anything. This would be good, I guess, depending on where you want to start, but we're going to go to tectonic scanner on this one. And we get cargo. Yeah, wow, when you do a random game, I didn't realize this was all in here. So I'm going to actually begin with a worker unit, because that was a... Oh, well... Begin with pioneering technology. Ooh, that's really good. So laboratory or machinery. I'm going to go with laboratory. And then I'll just get a worker unit for my first unit. Alright, now we're going to choose a... Ooh, we get to choose a planet. This is interesting. So... Oh, I see. Oh, this is basically the map. Okay. So these are the maps. So we got Atlantean world, which is a bunch of islands. We got a Protean world of one ocean, one very large continuous landmass. A Terrarian world, where we can rescan for planets. So, oh, I see. We just get different planet names. It looks like, yeah. So if I go to advanced worlds, here we go. So actually, I think in this regards, I'm just going to do random. And we'll let the game decide. That makes it a little bit more interesting. I'm not a huge fan of the Atlantean world, which is likely what I'll get because I'm choosing random, but we'll see. We'll go with random. And let's start. Sky, and now we'll colonize its new role in the universe. I feel like... Maybe not. I don't know. Alright. So...
Hello, I am the Advanced Integration and Simulation Resource, or Advisor. I am equipped to introduce you to the basic systems that will guide your development on this new planet. Additionally, I can provide strategic advice based on situations you encounter. How would you like me to proceed?
So we're going to go with advice only. I don't want to do full guidance because I'd like to play this game with my own thought process. So we're going to go with full, just advice only. and advisor level new to Beyond Earth. You can go new to civilization, experienced player, no advice. As I get further into the game, I'll go with experienced player or no advice. But for now, because I'm new to Beyond Earth, we'll go ahead with that. Because there are a lot of new
Select a
mechanics.
suitable location for our people to make planetfall. This will be the site of our first great city. Select a plot within the red border to land.
Now, I'm not going to click on any of these because I know what cities are and how I can find more cities and what outposts and where outposts should be funded. So, I am actually going to go... I always like starting on the ocean side, so we're going to go here. Now, one of the major differences in this game is versus Sid 5. Is that instead of finding new civilizations, i.e., in this game it's not civilizations, but the alliances, they will randomly show up throughout the game, and so you don't need to go find them. They currently are not on the planet. You're the first one to land on the planet. So I'm going to get a bit further. Research. Now this is
The Tech Web provides a bird's eye view of the technologies that may be discovered and how they are connected. Technologies come in two types, branches and leaves. Branches represent broader technological ideas and cost less research. Leaves are more specific and are more expensive.
Now, this is what I was talking about, the tech web versus the tech tree that we used to work with in Civilization 5. Now, I have habitation research because that's what you get in the first one. And I got pioneering because that's what I chose. So I'm likely going to choose planetary survey. I'm going to go ahead and click show me because I want to see what they're talking about in regards to the leaves and things of that sort. I'm assuming that this is like the leaves. So you pick on one like genetics, and then you get alien life forms and genetic mapping, chemistry, biochemistry, and things of that sort. But I'm curious to see what the game has to say about it. Okay, so basically it just brings up the wiki, so to speak. So yeah, these are the branches, and then these are the leaves that are attached to the branch. So makes sense. And then particularly has purity affinity points and things like that, which are, I believe, similar to like the social upgrades that you could get, social policies that you can get in Civ 5. So this is the entire web tree that itself I've zoomed out. Shows that I have habitation research, I can't speak. Anyway, I have habitation and pioneering researched, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do planetary survey. Chemistry is 95, physics is 95, engineering is 95, genetics is 95, ecology is 95, ecology. Anyway, so I'm going to go with planetary survey, and that will finish this complete thing. It allows units to embark across deep water, allows worker to build a work barge, which is good. I've already got pioneering, which allows me to build a colonist, i.e. new cities, trade convoys, and trade vessels. We'll get into the trades later. So, no. Okay. Victory log.
I have something that needs your attention.
So this game has victories and quests that it will request of you to complete, I believe. So the quest log shows all active and completed quests as well as quest objectives. So these are your typical victory-like things. So domination is destroy everybody, into taking over the alien life forms on here too. So it's usually a good idea to have an idea of what you want to go for in regards to when you're playing. When I'm playing for the first time, I just kind of let it come to me and see what I want to do. I might go for the Promised Land. Transcendence is an interesting thing because it's where you become one with the new planet itself and leave some of your humanness aside. Contact, I believe, is similar to the Space Victory in Civ 5. In this case, you're trying to contact actual intelligent alien life, because the alien life on this planet is, in fact, similar to animals on our current planet. They're intelligent, but they're not intelligent of the human element, I should say, I suppose. So I think I'm going to go try for either contact or the Promised Land. So I currently have no quests, and so there's nothing on that. There's this. Now, it did give me the option to change my city name. Maybe I could edit it here. But I can be getting 1 culture, 7 production, 4 food, and 6 energy, and 3 science. So this is very similar to what it is in Civ 5. It's, it looks slightly different. It looks more spacey, because that's the idea. And then you can see 14 turns until border growth. And I can change my production, or I can purchase. This is energy is the money. This gives me the idea, so everything looks pretty much the same as it did normally. So now I don't know if this is always a good strategy or not. I typically let my explorer just go on his own, because I don't want to take the time every single turn and move him in one direction or another. If they happen to find something, then I'll end their automatic movement and I'll move them to where they need to go. For the most part, I just let them do it.
Resource pods were sent ahead of our journey and contain valuable materials from old Earth. Send a unit onto the resource pod to see what it contains.
So this is exactly what I was just saying. So now that we found a resource pod, which is essentially the same as ruins in Civ 5, I now have the option to go get it.
You have finished construction on a unit which can launch into orbit. To launch it, select the unit and click its action button. Once launched, it will have an area effect on the tiles beneath it until it deorbits.
Okay, now this is new to me, so I am going to click on the show me. So we found a basic satellite still intact from enough rocket field to reach escape velocity. A free solar collector is now ready to launch for the city of Tygal. And so here it is, a solar collector, and I'm just going to go ahead and launch an orbital unit. And I got an achievement, light the candle. I have no idea what this does, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and click Show Me.
This is the orbital view. It displays the effect areas of units that are in orbit. Effect areas cannot overlap, so it is useful to plan launches ahead of time. This view also shows your launch coverage area. An orbital unit must be launched over a tile with coverage. Coverage can be extended by constructing city buildings.
So we'll see how that plays out later in the game. I might give me more idea of when people are entering in my area. I'm not 100% sure.
You have a new quest available. Throughout the game, your actions will trigger different quests that can unlock bonuses for your people. Open the quest log to see what's available to you, and check back often.
So, how do I get out of here? Oh, it was normal. It was horrible. It's my little satellite. It's not little, it's actually huge, but not 100% sure what that does. We'll see what it does. So here are my quests mode. Guess what? I need to find 2 resource pods. I obviously found them already, so we can find another one with your quest. And I'm not sure what it is that you get. What the prizes are for completing those quests, but they might be random. I'm not 100% sure. So that's a little alien thingy, we'll go view it. Actually go right on it. The alien life that we see going through the game. I do not want to attack anything. I like to usually stay somewhere around my city to see if anybody's coming in my direction. I don't particularly need to see what's going on in the rest of the plane. And this is another one where people who might be watching this are going, "Are you kidding me? This is really what you do?" Yes. I build automatically for the most part. Now, granted, if you play harder levels, that's not going to work. You're going to get destroyed. But I feel that I can do it without too much issues. I'm going to go ahead and build an old Earth relic. Get some culture. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it first. And then after that, I'll better get a soldier just in case. So, a new player will enter the arena here soon.
Pardon me, I may be able to assist you.
So let's go ahead and see what health is. Now, health, I'm guessing, is going to be similar to food in Civ 5, but let's just double check. Yeah, it looks exactly the same as it is.
I have something that needs your attention.
Something new. I've not seen this before. An artifact. So I'm guessing it's going to be an alien artifact, considering the first one is this planet. The creature there was an alien. We're going to destroy it. I will say it's really, really cool. I played Alpha Centauri, and it was 98 was when the game launched, I believe, 98 or 99. And it looked really, really good, but when you compare it to today, I'm like, yeah. It's still a great game to play, and I do recommend it, because it's cheap, and good old games made it playable on Windows 7. I'm sure you can probably play on Windows 8 as well now, too. If you have Windows 8, I'm sorry. But, yeah. So I would recommend it. It's a good game to play, especially if you like the Sid Meier's games. That's an alien. That's why they keep going back and forth. But see, if you leave them alone, they will leave you alone. Now, in Civ 5, if this was a barbarian, they would be attempting to attack us. For the most part, the theory is if you leave them alone, everything's good.
Your explorer has discovered something wonderful. There are many more sites like this to investigate around the world, so you might want to consider building additional explorers to send to these locations.
So, I found survivors. Excellent. There, I see it. Off to explore. Quest decision. Wow, that's right. Let's play. Well, I'm gonna go with civil workers. Because like I said, I'm not going to go for war too much.
All planets possess inherent value, and establishing the exact dollar value of the property should be a priority.
Now, so engineering's not about it. Figure out infinity here. Soon-ish. Genetics. Genetics is what our science advisor recommends researching. So we're going to go back and try to make science. Now developed a virtue. Social. So,
The Virtue screen allows you to choose the virtues that will shape your civilization. You spin your accumulated culture to acquire them. The deeper you go in each row or column, the more bonuses you will earn.
this is similar to your social trees. Might go for the first time out of the History does a lot of building. Knowledge is science. So we're going to go with that. Okay, do not want to go with the siege war. That looks like a nasty thing. We have a PAC soldier. Well, I suppose we should. At this point, we're roughly the same.
You have discovered a station. You can establish trade routes with stations to receive various supplies that your people may need.
There's a trade station. Here I am. And so... keep an eye on that sand one so we get closer. Will, but rather not take a chance. saw in the Let's Plays. Ah, there we go.